Welcome to Gigging, everything in the sharing economy, where we talk about the sharing and gig economy that will be worth $335 billion by 2025. In today's episode, we're going to ask the question, what is the future of fast food? As many of you know, I do love food, and you better get it to me fast. But how I grew up getting my fast food is changing rapidly. The sharing economy is pushing changes that will eventually turn this market inside out. Let me give you my perspective of where I think this market is going to go, and then we're going to tiptoe through the facts and see if they add up. I believe that the sharing economy will eventually lead to consumers having home replicators where they pay restaurants and chefs and brands for their recipes that are downloaded into internet accessible kitchens that are run by robots. Yes, robots. These home replicators will allow you to select meals that you see on TV, in ads that you see in movies, and download them directly into your kitchen, where they can be made for you by a fully integrated robot that is built into your kitchen. Yeah, a fully automated robot built into your kitchen that will be able to not only produce the meal, but it will be able to clean up after itself. For those who can't afford the fully automated robotic kitchen, you're going to have driverless vehicles who are going to be able to bring your food to you, custom, of course, from cloud-based kitchens that are going to be conveniently placed near you, or they may just be the home that has the fully automated robot in it that has made a meal for you, and you pay that person as that driverless car delivers from one house to the other. In order to receive and pay for your food, you're going to have to use a biometric, a facial image, or a fingerprint. In China, they are already using facial images in fast food restaurants like Kentucky Fried Chicken to place an order. You go up to the kiosk, you submit the facial image that allows you to initiate the order and pay, and then that minimal kitchen prepares and brings the order out to you. That sort of technology will move forward with these cloud-based options that will be built into the home and used by driverless vehicles to deliver to you. So you'll see how that kind of stuff kind of fits together like Lego blocks in the new world, where the majority of the fast food options that you know of today will disappear from the face of the earth. I also believe for those homes, those lower to middle class homes that can't afford the fully automated robotic kitchen, they will have a single appliance that will have multiple features that'll be able to store food, prepare food, reuse food, and then recycle. It sounds crazy. It sounds delicious. And it may happen by 2030. Now, let me walk you through step by step how I got to these conclusions where the world of fast food disappears. All of these restaurants, those restaurants are replaced with community gardens that will provide fresh ingredients into cloud kitchens that will eventually lead to your automated home robot replicator. Let's talk about the steps that led us to those conclusions. In the beginning, when McDonald's stepped out as one of the first major global franchise chains, there was a race to get storefronts in all the premium locations around the globe. When McDonald's set the model, everyone else followed and tried to get commercial kitchens linked to their brands within 5 miles of their target demographic: children and single males 18 to 45. And we have a host of terrific chains that have done a great job of building out commercial kitchen capacity around the globe. Subway, the largest franchise chain, has over 24,000 locations around the globe. McDonald's is pushing nearly 15,000. Starbucks has about 11,000. Pizza Hut has 7,700 or somewhere in that neighborhood. Burger King 72 to 7,300 locations. Dunkin' Donuts 7,000. Wendy's 6,500 or 6,600. Dairy Queen about 6,000. Taco Bell 5,600 or 5,700. Domino's Pizza right at about 5,000 locations. So think about all of those groups targeting the similar demographic with commercial kitchens within 5 miles of that target group. You think there's enough capacity there? I'd say yes. Probably a lot of unused capacity in all of those commercial kitchens being where they are and where they're located. But that was the model because consumers wanted to dine in and get their fast food and take it back home. Or in some cases, like with McDonald's, the playgrounds and all of the neat features that were built to keep the customer in the restaurant made it an experience, an entertainment experience. But all of that build up and build out of in-store capacity has now started to be worthless as the consumer needs are shifting and trends are shifting towards delivery. And the internet has accelerated that growth. 26% of home deliveries are made online. Now, I can remember when Pizza Hut first made that option available where you could build your own pizza online, order it, and then track its movement online. I thought it was revolutionary because it was created a convenience service model where I did not have to interact with humans, but more importantly, I could make sure that my order was precise and correct. So it's no joke that the bulk of those orders that are made online, 82% of them are intended for home consumption. So as that trend has started to move from people getting in a car, driving 5 miles to the most convenient fast food restaurant of their choice, they're having it delivered, and the sharing economy is making that possible. Players like Uber Eats, Deliveroo, and a host of others are using capacity, underutilized capacity, to bring those orders to your home, and are using platforms that allow you to configure and customize your order in ways that you couldn't in the early days of delivery. In my house, we have a little treat we call smorgasbord. And it used to be where we would pile into the car and hit 4 or 5 different fast food restaurants, dump everything we got onto the dining room table, and just grab whatever we wanted. Where these new delivery platforms enable you to do that without piling into your car. Want a pizza? Want a burger? Want a taco? Go through these portals and have it delivered to your door without any inconvenience to you at all. So if consumers are doing that, why in the world would you need a storefront? And that's what the big fast food chains are saying. They're saying we need to invest in delivery capabilities. And why do that when the sharing economy is giving us the most cost-effective way to utilize capacity that's already in the market to get that order to you? A McKinsey 2016 study entitled Changing Market for Food Delivery stated that the delivery market is an $83 billion euro market, or about 1% of the total food market. The study goes on to say that delivery is changing the way fast food is delivered and prepared in places like America, Asia, Europe, and the Middle East, and you're seeing that rapid growth towards online delivery. And there are 5 companies already worth more than $1 billion that provide the type of delivery services that I talked about earlier. Now, according to the study, today still direct delivery from the restaurant makes up 90% of that delivery model. Call Pizza Hut. Pizza Hut delivers in a Pizza Hut car that's connected to the restaurant. But what's growing are a number of other delivery options that are not directly connected to the restaurant, which produces a lot of great options for mom and pops who want to jump in on these delivery capabilities to get their fare to consumers who want them as well. According to the McKinsey study, there are two different types of delivery capabilities that are emerging in the market. Aggregators, who allow you to compare the menu, take orders from a variety of different restaurants, and then they route those orders to the restaurants. Take a small fee for doing that, but the restaurant takes on the responsibility to deliver the food. So these guys are basically a portal, like the old days of Yahoo, right? Yahoo aggregated everything on a single page, making it convenient for you to go there to consume your news, your finance, your sports, everything on one spot. Delivery Hero, Food Panda, Grubhub, Just Eat are few examples of these food portals that are making it easy for you to get whatever you want on a single spot delivered to you. Pizza, burgers, tacos. Man, I'm making myself hungry. But they make that easy. You have a new type, though, and McKinsey just calls them new delivery capability, a new delivery service. These guys have taken a step forward. They are building the infrastructure to deliver to you. So they're not just aggregating orders. They've done what Amazon did in their early days. Amazon started out as an aggregator of orders, but then quickly moved into building their own infrastructure. And as you probably already know, they're trying to replace FedEx, UPS, and the Postal Service with their own delivery service right to your front door. Well, these food guys, these new delivery guys are doing the same thing. They give you a place where you can order from a variety of different restaurants, but they also have their own delivery capabilities represented by companies like Deliveroo, Uber Eats, and, Foodora. But you got to believe that if the restaurants are sitting back watching the majority of their customers consume their food differently, not in the restaurant, not in the playground at McDonald's, they're not sticking around or driving up to get the food, that it's all being delivered, that they're not going to continue to build storefronts in prime locations and waste money. They're going to automate to reduce costs. They're going to shrink the size of the restaurants. They're going to make them smaller and put them in less expensive locations. So they're going to embrace automation and robots. And why is that such a big deal? Because by automating the creation of the food, if all you're going to do is have it delivered and the experience in store is not as important to you anymore, then I'm going to try to get rid of most of the people. Just burgers alone in the industry cost the industry $9 billion in wages. So big chains are going to figure out how to put small kitchens in remote locations that are still somewhat convenient to delivery vehicles, but not necessarily convenient to their target demographic, as it was in the beginning when the fast food tried to roll out across the globe. And you're starting to see that trend emerge. There's a pizzeria called Zoom Pizza, founded by former Zinger president Alex Gordon. And they have a conveyor belt that makes the dough into a flat surface, puts on the custom toppings, and then they have a robot that takes it off the conveyor belt and puts it into a smart oven. And here's what really got me jazzed. The smart oven has wheels. Yes, it's a truck. And that truck will cook the pizza en route to the delivery. Talk about a hot pizza. It'll be just finishing the cooking process as it pulls up in front of your house. And like I said earlier, You know what they're going to do next. Put your face up here to confirm that it's you. Put your thumb here to pay, and a piping hot pizza will be handed to you by a robotic arm, and you are off back to the dining room table. Momentum Machines. These guys received $18 million in startup financing, and they're creating a hamburger making machine. Now, I saw one of these many years ago on a cartoon called Popeye. Got me really excited then to go try to be an entrepreneur. But this machine, this Momentum Machine, can churn out custom burgers, ready to or made to order burgers at industrial speeds, 400 burgers an hour. They plan to open their own restaurant chain that uses this Momentum Machine to produce these burgers. And they also going to sell or lease them to other chains, fast food restaurants, convenience stores, and anybody that wants them. The only human interaction required is to load fresh ingredients into the machine, because the machine takes care of everything else. Puts lettuce, tomato, bacon, whatever you want. That robot puts it together, cooks it, wraps it, put it in a box, and gets it ready for delivery. $9 billion in wages may disappear because of machines like these. There's another startup, Eatsa, out of San Francisco. They use robots to dispense the meals from a vending machine style cubbyhole. Now, there's still some human interaction involved with this particular startup, as the humans do steam the broccoli and the carrots and other ingredients that go into the actual end product. But the robot itself grabs the ingredients that you order, because you can put in custom orders, and assembles it and puts it into the vending machine for you fresh. So a lot of the work prepared to customize the meals is cut out at this particular chain. So you can see that restaurants facing the headwind of delivery will respond by shrinking kitchens and looking at automation as a way to tie tightly with the delivery capabilities that are emerging. And a second step in that process will be to completely move into the cloud. So cloud-based kitchens, where there are no seats, there are no walk-up orders, it's only a kitchen that will deliver food to the delivery services. And you're already seeing models of this play out in places like India, where restaurants like Spring Leaf Retail and TMA Hospitality Services have already shut down their stores and have remade their businesses around cloud-based kitchens. So they're just going to prepare in the commercial kitchens and turn that over to the giant delivery services to get it to your home. They're kitchen-only operators. Now, that sounds like a great model, but again, from a sharing economy perspective, it's still underutilization of assets. As individual brands move to kitchen-only, there's going to be leftover capacity for people who haven't maxed out all of those kitchens. And inevitably, there's going to be multiple kitchens in the same area still trying to serve that target demographic. So how do I think this will reemerge? I think the people who deliver, those new delivery service guys that McKinsey mentioned in their 2016 report, they're going to take the industry over. They have the delivery capability, the last mile to the consumer. So why not backwards integrate and start to own cloud kitchens that will become more efficient to the industry, because multiple brands can then source through the same kitchen. Cheaper for them, better for the delivery company, because now I can have burgers, pizza, and tacos out of the same cloud kitchen delivered to my end users. And we're starting to see that. Delivery guys that are moving into the cloud, into robotic delivery, under that aggregator model that was talked about earlier, you have a couple of players who are stepping out there. Zomato and Swiggy, they're setting up cloud kitchens that will augment the sourcing of food for deliveries. Zomato has partnered with Loyal Hospitalities to do exactly what I just described and set up 10,000 cloud kitchens around India. With doing that, they will partner with restaurants who will then have their menus processed through these cloud kitchens. Already, other delivery services are following their plan. As I mentioned, Swiggy and others are trying to build out the same sort of capability. U.S. is not being left out. Former Uber CEO Travis Kalanick is doing the exact same thing with his startup called City Storage. So they aim to repurpose a nationwide inventory of non-performing real estate into kitchen facilities. What does that mean? They're going to go out there and try to use those other kitchens that were shut down because people want delivery. I told you those things are going to go away. Now, not all of them are going to end up with city storage. Some of them are going to end up being gardens. You're going to need fresh ingredients because underneath all of these requirements, people are demanding fresh. They're demanding organic. They're demanding local. And in order to get that, you need more space for that stuff to be grown right near the cloud kitchens. So you're going to see buildings come down and gardens go up in order for this model to meet the ultimate demand of the consumers, at least in this phase, as the new delivery service people backwards integrate into food preparation in order to fulfill the demands that are being pulled through their delivery channels. Interesting, huh? These delivery guys are also experimenting with driverless capabilities, as I talked about earlier. BoxBot and Marble Robotics have jumped into the market with general delivery robots on the streets. And they're talking with players like DoorDash so that they can help the local guys who want food delivery capabilities use their robots. Well, you know the big guys aren't going to walk away from this. They're going to build that in to their capability as well so that you have a end-to-end, pretty much humanless system that's run by AI, robots, and automation. But does it stop there? No, it never does. Anything like this sort of technology, as it rolls out into the public, the cost is going to come down. And as the cost comes down, more people are going to embed that capability into their homes. Just think about security systems and motion detection. Those sorts of capabilities 15, 20 years ago were practically for commercial use. Now you're getting it at $10 a month from startups that give you all of that capability and link it to the internet. So you're going to see these sorts of automations and robots that are in cloud kitchens come directly to your home, as I mentioned at the beginning of this show. So what becomes important when that happens, when you have a robot built into your kitchen? Recipes. I guess everything in life comes back to content, doesn't it? The recipes will become the most important thing because the cloud-based, fully automated robotic kitchen will be able to prepare anything that it's given to prepare. And if you don't own the recipes, you are out of luck because the robot's going to sit there until you load the recipe that you want turned into food, into a meal. So when you have that, when you get that recipe from Gordon Ramsay or Thomas Keller, your fully automated robotic kitchen will prepare a home-cooked gourmet meal from that recipe. And then Gordon Ramsay will get a credit or a dollar or a cent for every time a recipe that he has a trademark or a service mark on is used in one of these systems. sounds out of the realm of possibility? Well, these things have already been launched. According to a July 8th, 2018 Forbes article entitled "The World's First Home Robotic Chef Can Cook Over 100 Meals," Moley, the company that does everything in your kitchen, just launched the first fully automated and integrated intelligent cooking robot that has unlimited access to chefs and recipes. The robot can cook over 100 meals right now and can clean up after itself. And it's literally built into the kitchen. Comes with cabinets, appliances, utensils, a dishwasher, and it has 2 fully articulated arms that move throughout the kitchen and can prepare your meals for you once the recipes are loaded in. Here's what else Moley's going to do. They have integrated a share and sell feature into the kitchen that allows you to share and sell recipes with other consumers and with professionals who want access to your recipes. So grandma's cookies, your aunt's red velvet cake, those now can become global phenomenon through systems like this. So when you have this sort of capability, a commercial style robotic kitchen in your home sharing, home food sharing certainly becomes a possibility if recipe sharing is already built into the system. Why not? It's commercial grade and can also be programmed to be kosher. That's a service that has, to date, not been able to get off the ground. Josephine, the Oakland, California-based startup that paired home cooks with hungry neighbors, was forced to shut down on March 30th of 2018. The inspectors just would not accept the model where home-prepared food was shared and sold with neighbors, citing health concerns. They fought, like Uber and others who fought against legislation that didn't allow sharing of assets in this way. They just did not have the capital to win those battles. Under this model, where the automated kitchens are run by robots and where you have driverless capabilities just floating up and down the street, there's no reason why the fast food model becomes one that's delivered right out of your home. Isn't that cool that we be going all the way full circle back to the 1800s when people did this before fast food restaurants and hotels emerged? That we'll be right back where we started. Community gardens, automated kitchens, sharing food with our neighbors. I love it. Guys, thank you for joining me on this episode of What is the Future of Fast Food? This has been Gigging, everything in the sharing economy, where I believe the sharing and gig economy will be worth $335 billion by 2025. Join me on our next episode where I will talk about how the sharing and gig economy will change the future of background screening services. Gig you later.